Alright, hello Rare Drop fans. We have a special treat for you today. I am learning how to use the Twitch streaming software, so now Adam, and
I'm Andrew. Hey,
yes, from the Rare Drop podcast, we are going to do a little Secret World scenario run today.
your shirt is glowy.
Yes, I got an interesting little shirt now. This was the item of the month for lifetime subscribers. It's supposed to be one of those, oh lord, I can't even think of what it's called, one of those little digital audio trackers where it bounces up and down. Lord, I am
Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about.
showing my lack of music editing knowledge right now, or just my
Oh.
general Ludditism.
You've also got flaming hands.
Let's see, what is the item actually called? Because I just got it. It's an Equalizer shirt. I like it because it moves. Plus, this character's supposed to be kind of a hipster, so I was like, yeah, okay. All right, let's get started here.
Let's do it. I'm just the tag-along who is really bad at this game.
I'm going to let the actual video play for people who've never seen it before.
Welcome to this virtual training scenario.
I'm just gonna watch it, too.
Would like to remind you that it takes no responsibility for accidental death, maiming, or insanity during the course of this
Viewers, you may be able to hear some of the audio. I've got it turned far down, though, so that Andrew and I can coordinate our efforts properly while we speak.
That is important.
will be based on your ability to remain on mission throughout.
So the entire point of these scenarios are basically we have to rescue survivors, and then we have to protect them from wave after wave of enemies. This normally, these take about 20 minutes apiece.
Applicants the best of fortune.
All right, good deal.
Alright, I'll take inside. Do you want to go back?
Sure.
Alright, here, let's get close to me so we both get this boost.
All right.
I'm going to look for the bombs, too. We probably won't need them, but...
Look at this guy over here.
So I've done these so many times that I've pretty much got, like, a route and a method to everything that I do.
I don't. I just run around and look for stuff trying to kill other stuff and then kill that stuff. Hey, here's one. There's another one. Pass, pass, and pass. Okay, there's several over here. I should look for any up here.
I didn't see any out front, so I'm good in that respect.
Okay, I'm just gonna grab this dude to start. Okay. Now, I don't know where they spawn out here, really.
That's
So-
okay. Just run around looking
Ah, here's
for
a
'em.
dude. He didn't know how to make his way to me, so he took the long way.
God,
Silly
it's been a
fool.
long time. It's been like a month since I've done one of these.
Oh, really?
I've done them so much. You just
You were like, okay, the grind isn't worth it, huh?
Well, I found other ways to do it, but I mean, it does get to a point where it's like, God, given that it takes you an hour to complete these, how many do you
Yeah.
really, how often do you really want to do them? Ends up becoming a question.
I understand. Again, I got to make the City of Heroes comparison because I was the City of Heroes guy. But, in that game, how you did a lot of the stuff you wanted to do was to collect merits. And I found this one mission that you could flash back to. It gave me 26 merits, and I could complete it in, like, 26 minutes. So it was literally like a merit a minute if I was, really quick with it. So there was a time when I was just running that mission again and again and again. I tried to run it twice a day. So, that ended up being like an hour running that mission every day, twice. I eventually was just like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yes, I mean, just short. Okay, so that was the last survivor, so now we can
Okay,
see
good.
that our timer is going.
Meeting inside?
Actually, it's good. I prefer one person stay outside and one person to
Okay.
stay inside. There we go. Just it's better to intercept people that way. So at this point, users will notice that there's the mini-map in the upper right-hand corner. Little orange crosshairs will appear to tell us where the enemies are spawning. And that's when we go to intercept them. Now that was a filth bomb. We want to try to avoid those getting on the survivors as best as possible. But our goal is essentially to intercept the mobs before they get anywhere close to the survivors, and the survivors take damage. So. Hopefully we won't get the sandstorm today. The sandstorm is obnoxious, even on elites, even on elite duos, which aren't particularly difficult.
But it really prevents you from just being able to go where you want to go. So
Yeah, the sandstorm is obnoxious
that
in
sucks.
general.
I helped.
Yay! Like shake and bake.
That's right.
Well, I've managed to get all the solo nightmare achievements at this point, where you actually have to get gold on the solo nightmares, and that is just there's RNG madness when you're trying to get that achievement. I mean, you're reliant on getting good spawns in some of those situations. Otherwise, getting gold is almost impossible. Or I'm sorry, not gold, platinum.
That's kind of silly.
Yeah, but for getting platinum in here, I got these cool little gin gloves I'm wearing with the fire coming off of them.
Ah.
Alright, that's up at the front. I always want to run around the long way for some reason when I do that. My reactions, my gut reaction wants to take me the wrong direction.
I didn't even realize there was another dude. Oops.
Yes, I normally can't convince Andrew to play this with me very much, but I got him to play today because I said I wanted to try this because I was planning to stream something for the next actual podcast we do, and I didn't want to make that the first time. I figured if we had a dry run, this would help us identify any kind of like problems we might encounter.
Yeah. You know, it's not like I dislike the game or anything, but it's just not exactly my MMO choice.
And I guess I shouldn't be surprised that the game that I want to stream is kind of up my alley, given that I like this game. They're sort of thematically similar.
That's true. That is certainly true.
You know, it also
Oh,
would have been a funny idea for this stream. We should have duoed one of the early dungeons.
I don't think I have enough time to do that, honestly. But
Actually, it probably would have been faster than this.
oh, you mean like yeah.
I'm pretty sure we could have gotten through Polaris in under 20 minutes.
Probably.
Of course, it depends on whether or not you want to stay for a second scenario, or you just want to do this, do just this one.
I think I'll have enough time to do that.
I don't assume you're going to have time for all three, so... There's a little power buff right here. I don't like to grab that until right before the enemy shows up. I mean, we don't really need it, but it's fun to have.
Yeah. Just, you know, kill them as quick as possible, right?
Yep. I love my flamethrower. It makes me very happy.
It's pretty neat.
So this first wave, a lot of times viewers will... they tend not to split up too much, but in subsequent waves we will probably have to actually split our efforts as
Yeah, because there will
multiple...
be more spawn points, right?
Yes, multiple spawn points will begin getting attacked at the same time. Alright, so now we get a boss. So I like to run outside because the bosses normally spawn out here. This is especially important in the last phase if the Djinn appears, because the Djinn has an attack where he will put a huge AoE that is centered on one person. It won't hurt the person, but it'll damage badly everybody else around it. Okay, so this guy will do a rage attack, and when he rages, you have to run away from him. So, alright, so he's done a frenzy, so you have to move away or else he'll just one-shot you. Well, I've got the aggro, so you don't have to worry about it. He may do his little 3, 2. Alright, it's about to wear off. Alright, and re-engage. You can kind of prevent that if you run from him, but it's not a huge... Oh, okay, we're the Relentless Entity. Try to defend. I'm going to try to kill this jerk.
Relentless Entity? I forget what that is.
He'll stay on the map, but he gives extra drops. This one's kind of annoying because he has an impair. But if you can defend solo for a little while, I'll try to finish this jerk off.
There's no enemies right now, right?
Not yet. We're in an interlude. We have an interlude for a few seconds.
Okay. I am an expert in this game. I'll have you know.
Alright, we got spawn points in 2 spots. That was an unfortunate beginning. That's okay. If we lose somebody, it's not a huge deal.
Alright, I'm moving to try to find where that other jerkwad is.
They're gonna attack upstairs.
Upstairs?
Yeah, you can let them take damage for a little while, or either that, or I can move the entity over here, and then I can try to fight them
I
at
just
the same
don't know
time.
where they are. Because by the time I was attacking, the little indicator had disappeared.
You know what? I don't see the indicator that they're being attacked. I wonder what's going on here.
There's one right here inside.
Oh, there we go. The upstairs finally got that attack. That tricked me. I had multiple AoEs going off at the same time.
Okay, so upstairs? Oh, you mean on one of the sides?
Yeah. That's good. I'm actually intercepting the guys out front, so you can go up.
Yeah, I'm heading their way now. Oh god, there's a lot of dudes.
Yeah, they're probably the little mobs. You can handle them.
Yeah, they're wimpy. You're fighting a really big dude. I can see it on the stream. Oh, who's spawned?
Hey, that wasn't the most elegant attempt at killing that thing that I've ever done, but he's down.
Hey,
I think
results are what matters.
Indeed. Don't forget to loot that bag too. Did you get the bag from the first boss too?
I don't know.
I probably just heard my Facebook go off.
Yeah, what you said.
I got a little Facebook notification, so I'm like, oh, that stream probably picked that up.
It's not a problem.
So the cultists are dangerous in this particular scenario in that they deal a lot of damage, especially the pistol wielders. So the Relentless Entity, in between each of the phases, we always get some kind of hazard, or occasionally something helpful that will actually help us proceed. And in that case, the Relentless Entity is one of the possible events that can happen in between phases. The Sandstorm, which I mentioned earlier, is another one. I don't care for the Sandstorm at all.
It's ass.
Yes, it is AS. Especially if you get the Sandstorm and the Locust at the same time. That's just annoying.
Yeah, that just sounds like kind of an asshole move.
Well, we already get Locusts from the Sandstorm in the first place. You stay in it too long. And you sort of compound that with the fact that the Locusts will impair you, and it gets nasty pretty quick.
Doesn't sound fun to me. It is very chilly.
Is it? I haven't checked the weather today.
It's chilly in here. I have no idea about outside, because I haven't been
Okay.
outside today, because why would I be outside?
It's been warmer during the day recently, but it got but it's supposed to get down to like the single digits overnight one night soon.
I hope we get some rain that night, so it snows.
That's unlikely. And honestly,
I
you know what would
know.
happen? It would just be ice here.
I would be happy for even ice. Just give me something that shows that it was winter here.
So these guys are fun. If you keep moving while you're attacking, their big fire hit won't actually get you. So you kind of just aggro them and then keep moving.
Huh.
Because they can put a pretty nasty dot on you. It's that attack they have called Blazing Quickness.
You did not receive any skill point as you have reached the cap.
Hey, can you
40.
stand at the bottom of the stairs and get the guys who are going to come down those stairs? I'm going to get the guys who are
Yeah.
going to come through the gorge over here.
Certainly.
Gorge. Is this even a gorge, actually?
I can't say that I have
cliff
confidence
edge.
in my ability to identify a gorge versus anything gorge-like.
Alright, that's the end of that segment.
Boss hostile spawn. Adjusting
Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? It's the caster. It's normally either him or a large woman on fire. You can actually take those. I mean, I don't need any of them. Okay, so we got supply delivery protocol this time. So this is something that's actually helpful to us. We can get mob bombs and other things, though sometimes a golem will drop out. So that's something, again, I don't need. Sometimes
Yay.
good things will drop here. Most of the time, not. This is why people get kind of tired of doing them. It's very, very grindy.
RNG.
It's fun for a bit, and it's fun if you don't do them too much.
Right.
Oh, we got Hellspawn.
Hi.
Oh, so the Valentine's Day event has, you can get a tiny succubus as a pet, and I want one, because that's pretty awesome.
Of course. Of course you do. I will hammer on the one button.
Do we need a content warning for this one, actually, now that I'm thinking about it? Do they care? How does Twitch feel about this?
Pretty sure they don't really care.
Because the succubi are technically naked. They're just gray.
Well, now you're drawing attention to it.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was contemplating whether or not this needed a content warning.
I doubt it. Just don't zoom in and be like, hey, look at that.
I mean, it's naked in one of the grossest ways possible, so...
I mean, is it naked if
Hey, can
the
you
cat
intercept
rolls over on
this
its
guy
belly?
who's running here? I'm going to go to the other side.
Yeah. Hey, duder. How's it going? You're pretty ugly. Whee!
I can hear you fighting away on the keyboard.
Yeah, I rearranged my setup actually yesterday, and I don't think I found the proper place for my microphone yet, so I think I'm probably actually getting a lot of the noise from my keyboard.
Nah, it's fine.
So that's my fault. But I will correct it. Just a matter of time.
This actually might be weird being able to go back and watch myself play this game. I can sit there and critique everything I'm doing wrong. Like earlier, I thought I hit 2, or I thought I hit 3, but I accidentally hit 2, and then I stood there for about a second and a half going, hey, why is my attack going off? It's like, oh, because I accidentally did the wrong attack. And now I'm jamming the same key, trying to do the attack I just did but didn't mean to do.
Yeah, since I've, you know, done a good bit of streaming and, you know, posting videos on YouTube and stuff, I've gone back and done that before, and it's kind of like, man, I suck, you know?
Oh, can you stay there? Can you stay actually in that room that we were
Oh,
just
yeah,
in?
yeah, yeah. Well, I didn't even notice the fact that we had a marker. I'm just like, let's follow Adam. Alright, so they're coming from upstairs?
Actually, no, they're coming from a little back room there, but you can just stand in the main room.
Okay.
That's actually where
Yeah,
I
okay,
prefer
there,
to intercept them anyway.
Bye, guys.
So presently, we're having an easy time of keeping the mobs away from the survivors, and this is the last of the waves.
Yeah. This was pretty easy, like you said.
I mean, granted, I've successfully soloed this exact version and gotten
Yeah.
platinum on it.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I have to use mines liberally to avoid that.
But
Speaking of
shit.
which, go get that. I'm going to go open this box just because why not?
Go get what? Oh, that.
Oh, a first aid kit. Hey, you know what? Let's use it since we've got it. Now, if you want to do nightmare duos, we can want to pull our hair out while we do that.
Yeah, because I'm real good at this game. So, you know, I'm sure to be able to pull my weight doing nightmares. Pretty sure you need to know more about how to use your configuration than to push 1-1-1-1-1-1-2.
Honestly, you're a little undergeared for nightmare solos anyway, or nightmare duos anyway.
Say again?
You're a tad undergeared for nightmare duos anyway.
I got you.
You,
Not surprising considering that I hardly play the game.
We'd actually have to get you a heal piece and everything.
The vast majority of my equipment is stuff that you've gotten for me anyway. So.
All right, I'm gonna wait. Let's just wait for him to get here, because if we chase him, he might do a big AOE that'll hit the survivors.
Okie dokie. Hi, boss. Oh, that is a big AOE, rather.
I stopped it. Oh, Lord, I just messed up my force crit. I just stand around top of him, you'll be fine. Or impair him, yeah, that works too.
I was actually sitting there trying to figure out where my impair was. I was like, wait a minute. Which one of these is my impair?
Remember to hit V on the bag, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I actually did that time.
Alright, so nothing good dropped there, but we did get RA. I actually need the RA, believe it or not, right now.
Oh, that's good. At least you got something out of it.
Alright, so did you want to do one more?
Yeah, I got time for one more.
We'll do the mansion, since I know that's the one you like.
Okie dokie. Oh.
When I first
Man, I gotta
started
get
doing...
ready.
Sorry, when I first started doing these, when they came out, I thought the mansion was the easiest. And much later, I was like, God, the mansion is the hardest one.
Is it because of the types of enemies, or...?
It's that. It's also because the spawn points tend to be so close to the survivors that it's next to impossible to run it without them taking a lot of damage. And then, of course, in the final phase, you can get specters. And then, of course, you've got problems where the hazards there tend to be particularly punishing.
Right. I'm about to check the temperature. Because it is cold in here. Like, really freaking cold. Okay. Well, I do have the vent closed off, and it's 34 degrees. So, no, 39.
Oh, I didn't even notice one of my buddies was logged in.
Hi, buddy.
He's gone now.
Bye, buddy.
We've been tanking the raid together. We've become the... our raid has started to become a 2-part raid, so we do 2 raids per day instead of just 1. And we're the tanks for one of the raids now.
Nice. I'm sure that's one of the harder parts to recruit for is tanking.
This being said, though, tanking it's actually not particularly difficult.
Well, you know your excuse me, you know your stuff.
Honestly, the hardest part about tanking it is positioning the ads in one phase properly. Otherwise, it's just a matter of did I use confuse at the right time.
Confuse, huh?
Yeah, you have to pass aggro back and forth between 2 tanks. Basically, the boss puts a really big dot on you that counts down from 20. And if it hits 0, you'll take like 4 million damage and die instantly.
Wow.
And the whole point of it is like it's just about okay. You're gonna go inside. I'll take. Actually, no.
Sure.
Go out back because the
Okay.
inside is a little bit more complicated in terms of layout.
Okie dokie.
Going back to the pool is you're gonna be able to see the enemies a lot better. See, now I always go around and look through the house to see where things are and are not, but I'll inevitably end up forgetting.
Yeah, I hear you. Wow, there's a lot of dudes out here.
My game's stalled out.
Uh-oh.
Just whenever the enemies appeared, it's... That probably looked funny on Twitch.
What now?
That probably looked funny on Twitch, that you can see where my game stalled out and where I started jumping around. Yeah, I think you have a lot of them out back.
Yeah, there's a lot of them out here. I've got most of them now.
Alright, I've handled 3 up here so far.
Oh, there's 2 more. Alright. Yeah, I think that's all of them out here.
Yeah, it might be. Oh, alright, either you or I missed one.
Okay.
Ah, there it is. It's in the back corner.
Where?
It was in this back corner over here. It's an easy one to miss.
Oh, okay.
There we go. If we get the Vapor Storm or the snipers, it'll probably be easier for us to guard one part. One of us stays back, one of us stays front.
Yeah.
Now, we're very likely to get slows here, because every scenario has one mob that will spawn these really slow-moving mobs who, if they get to a survivor, will one-shot it. And the mansion, and this is one of the reasons why the mansion is the hardest one, especially if you're doing nightmares, the first mob will always be zombies, and the mobs after that are randomized, although some of them can only appear at some points, and some of them can appear at other points. But the zombies are the ones that spawn the slows. So
You know your stuff.
that's why the mansion is annoying. So if we were in the hotel, like we just were, the slow spawning mobs there are the mummies. And as you saw, we didn't fight any mummies.
Yeah.
Now, granted, the slows are the easiest to deal with in the hotel than they are in any of the other scenarios, because the hotel is so large. So you've got a lot of time to get to your to get to the slows and kill them before they kill the mob, before they kill your survivors. Here in the mansion, not so much. As you can see, everything's very close to the survivors.
But I like it because the layout is not confusing.
Yeah, the layout's pretty straightforward. There's not
I mean,
much.
I know by now you know the layout's like easy, but I still get confused.
What's funny is the one with the hardest layout is the easiest one, and that is the castle. The layout's the hardest to learn, but once you've learned it, it's the easiest one because, yes, the mobs are even closer to the survivors than they are here in the hotel, but you are also very close to all of your survivors. If you try to do this in Nightmare Solo, like I said, you can't get any achievements. All of the other ones will give you achievements just for completing the scenarios. For the Nightmare Solos, you have to get Platinum, or they don't give you the achievement. And if you get Spectres in the last phase, which is the only phase they can appear here in the hotel, or here in the mansion, the Spectres are basically, you don't get Platinum, get over it.
That is so much bullshit.
It's just it's very, very difficult to get through the Spectres without losing a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, in Nightmare Solo, it's difficult to get through it without having a complete loss of all of your survivors, much less get through with all of them intact.
Right.
And granted, it depends on what your hazard is too at the same time, though. So, like if you get the persistent hazard loop, that's very difficult to deal with. And if you get the storm, that's damn near impossible to deal with whenever you've got the Spectres. Unless you just get very lucky and all of them spawn inside, but even then it's a huge problem.
Yeah.
The big issue with the Spectres is they have a lot of health, they're all ranged, so they spread out. I mean, they don't cluster together, so it's difficult to kill them all at once. They can fly through walls, meaning you basically whenever they're attacking this location, you basically have to fight in the survivor room, which means that any filth bombs that spawn get dropped on the survivors. And you can try to get them away, but it's difficult. So it's just this persistent battle of attrition with the Spectres that you're almost always going to lose. And if the persistent hazard loop spawns, there's pretty much always one back there in the survivors, for the survivors in the back. And when that happens, the Spectres will stand in the loop. And since everyone does scenarios melee, it's very difficult to effectively damage them in any meaningful way when they're standing in the persistent hazard loop.
I gotcha.
So the Spectres will fuck you 12 different ways from Tuesday.
Yeah, you just kind of outlined it all right there. Oh man, they got one of the filth guys.
Yeah, that's why I hit it with a flamethrower to pull it out this direction. The filth bombs don't do too much damage here in Elite Duo. In anything Nightmare, they do a ton of damage. Just a massive amount. They will just murder your survivors. So I don't like these guys because their AoE actually weakens you. Or, well, granted, it's supposed to. Maybe it doesn't do it in this particular version. Okay, if we get the bear, I'm going to kite it. So just try to follow it as best we can without pulling it. The bear will probably spawn. It's normally the bear. Nope, not the bear today. We got lucky.
Hello.
Whereas this guy is very, very easy compared to the bear. This guy is basically just tank and spank.
He's very, very slow. Bye now.
Hey, we got supply delivery protocol again. Look at us.
Whenever I try to pick up stuff, I usually end up pushing the B button as well. And bringing up the browser.
Whoops. I'm told that useful things here. If you're going to stay up front, I'll go out back.
Sure.
Maybe we'll get scarecrows. I don't know. Scarecrows tend to like me in the second phase, I've noticed. Or, granted, that could... I haven't sat down and taken statistics on it, but...
That would be a strange practice.
Scarecrows! Which means that the boss will almost certainly be the Revenant. Oh, the other thing that's annoying about this place is that little spawn point that we're looking at right now. That can be almost anywhere in this back area. Like, it says it's in the center, but see, look, that other one appeared over there on the other side.
Oh, okay.
So that's another thing that's annoying about the mansion. I'll let you handle that one. Where's the next one?
Okie dokie.
Where is he? Where is that jerk? Oh, they went up front. Okay. Let's kill him quickly so that I can get up front.
Go ahead, go ahead.
No, I can't get out of combat to sprint until he's dead.
So do you want me to keep going with you, or...
Yeah, it's fine. You can follow me right now. No big deal.
I'm gonna grab the supply crate.
So the scarecrows are one of a handful of mobs in the hotel who can... Okay, now you can go out back.
Dang it.
Yeah, the scarecrows are one of a
Combat.
handful of mobs who can actually spawn in the attic.
Ah!
What's wrong? Are you stuck in combat or something?
Yeah, I'm running towards the back, but I'm stuck in combat. I'm
I
almost
don't
there.
understand. I killed everything up here.
There's a dude on me, a scarecrow.
Oh, I know what happened. It's because the... Oh, I thought maybe it was because the supply crate was still... Oh, cool, a turret. That'll be useful if we get specters. So, viewers, as you can see, whenever a location gets attacked, we get a little orange cursor, and it will light up on the map. I'd say users or viewers. I'm not sure.
I think he said viewers. He said they were being attacked, but there's no one here.
Oh, if they have a dot on them, when they take a tick of damage, it'll pop up and say they're being attacked. Oh, there's a second one over there. Here, run upstairs and grab him. I'll stay here and intercept them at the door.
Good plan.
Oh, I used the wrong opening attack. Oh well. That's what happened last time. They spawned on different sides.
Yeah.
Oh, to the back. You can get that supply crate if you want on the way back there. It might have a health peat, something to heal the
No, it's got a golem.
golem. All right. Ah! Oh Lord. No, I just brought the golem with you.
Might as well, right?
So this will be the Revenant. It'll probably spawn in the attic. Oh, no, it's not. Or it still might be, but that's... Yeah, it's still the Revenant. He's about to disappear.
I killed 25 revenants.
Oh, betrayal sequence. Go upstairs.
Okay.
Actually, they might all be back here. I will get moving as soon as this dot wears off. Yeah, all of the betrayers actually ended up back here from the looks of things.
Okay.
Yeah, I see all 3 of them. So what this means is halfway through the next segment, the more survivors will spawn. We may or may not have to rally them back to the position before they... Okay, let's see what these are. Hopefully they're not specters. Don't forget to loot your RA over here on the side, by the way.
Okay.
And it's... Can't tell yet because it's Filth Mob. What? Specters! Jerk faces. Well, they aren't as bad in Elite Duo. I'm gonna go drop a turret here in the main area. Oh, I actually have a heal thing. Probably should have used that in the back. I didn't realize I had one. Oh, well, speaking of which, I'm going back.
Alrighty. I'll stay up front.
And at this point, users, you can see what I'm talking about. These specters have a tendency to spread out.
You okay back there if I stay up front?
For the time being.
Okay. I'm gonna come back here. There's nothing happening.
Alright, now we're back up front. So the only problem with having the turret out is that the turret will make it harder to get the filth bombs out of the room before they damage the survivors. See, the problem is normally you can intercept them at the stairs, but a lot of times they'll just fly straight through the floor.
Yeah.
As I think you just saw happen.
Uh-huh.
Okay, our survivors have respawned. Don't worry about them at the moment. Okay, I've got to go back out whenever I'm finished killing these jerks. It's going to take forever from the looks of things. Oh, monkey. They're all piling on somebody back here.
There's a specter attacking me through the floor that I can't hit.
Try moving away from it.
Yes, what I'm trying. There we go. What a dickbag.
Maybe not getting spawns. Oh, up there, I could release some help back here.
Okay.
People are getting blasted because I'm trying to save this one survivor. but I can't get him to move. Go to the main thing. I'll handle the guy over here.
Okay.
Now run, you jerk. Run. Run. There we go. Now, they actually look like they were in good health even before I used that heal thing on them. Oh, well, whatever. What's that? The Akab, maybe?
It's the little Wendigo.
Oh, it's the
thingy.
Wendigo, yeah. I can impair Lean Winter. That's his heal. Hey, a blue dropped. A draining. That's marginal.
Yay!
Now, I'm told that apparently blues can actually drop out of these little supply delivery crates. So sometimes when we get it, I like to run around if I see an extra one and try to destroy it. But
Well, you've never seen it happen.
I've never actually seen a blue drop out of it myself or anything
Weird.
more than a green. Oh, yeah. Well, there we go.
Alright, that was fun.
That was 2 of the 3 scenarios, actually. I might, if you're going to log out, I might stay on and just go ahead and film the last one since I've already filmed the other 2.
Yeah, go for it. I need to go ahead and get ready. I just got my shower, but that's about all I've gotten done today, so...
Alright, well, have fun at work.
It will be exciting, I assure you.
I wonder, actually, I'm trying to record myself. If we end the Skype call, I guess it'll still pick me up, won't it?
Oh, yeah,
Just
yeah.
talking to the microphone normally?
Yeah, it's not dependent on the Skype call. It's got no link whatsoever to the Skype call. It's just receiving me because it's receiving that through the stereo.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because it was just picking up the microphone. You can tell
Right.
what a Luddite I am at this point.
Yeah. You know, it automatically, you set your audio to be the microphone in OBS, so...
Yeah,
all set.
that's what I was...
But anyway, I'm going to head off.
Awesome.
Thanks
Well, thanks
for the fun,
for logging in to play with me today.
Hey, thanks for the invite. Alright, dude. I will see you later.
I'll talk to you later, man.
Bye.
Alright, users, so the rest of this is just so we can see what's remaining. Oh, got a little lag here, though, on my end with the Skype call ending. See if I can get everything back in working order. So I have done a duo here. Oh, actually I have to leave the group, otherwise it's not going to let me do that. I have successfully done a duo here without having any problems, and gotten platinum, but I'm not going to do that today just because it's a little bit more work than I'm willing to put in right now, a little bit too much thought.
Initiating world simulation. Initiating reality simulation.
So the end of this might be relatively quiet. Unless you just want to hear me talk to myself, which I actually am relatively good at doing, truth be told. Also, I want to apologize for the audio quality. I know that you can probably hear like persistent buzzing. I don't really know what the problem is. This happens whenever I use my headset and I'm not using push-to-talk. It was something that we were trying to address with the podcast as well, and I switched to push-to-talk. I don't like to use push-to-talk in games like this, but for the game that I plan to stream for the next podcast, we shouldn't have that problem. I'm actually contemplating ways that I can fix it. I think it might have something to do with this particular port, perhaps, but I'm not the most tech-savvy person on the planet. As I think at this point should be relatively obvious. Oop, getting some pretty bad lag here now. Let me check my system resources and make sure everything is okay. I was having some problems with Skype when that call ended, so maybe I just need to force close it. Of course, it says my browser is using a lot of memory right now. That's also probably because of the Twitch running. Alright, let's do this.
This is a seek and preserve scenario. Your role is to gather groups of survivors into fortified...
So I've got a route through this place. I like to look around a little bit beforehand, but this is actually one of the easiest places to do a route in. The floor plan is a little complicated compared to the other ones, but once you learn it, it's not too bad. So I pretty much always start up here because I like to grab the people right here first. Oh, good. The box, that's what I was looking for. These are helpful just in case you need them. And there's a boss that can spawn here where my preferred method of fighting is to use these. She's invincible unless you can get her little buddies off of her. Now this has been happening every time this has been starting today. I get this couple second delay at the beginning. I'm gonna have to work on being more entertaining. I think. The way I'm doing this, it's too dry. It's too robotic. Haven't really developed a great a great, shall we say, on-screen persona for this. So I apologize if my commentary is not the most interesting of commentaries you will hear today. You know, I think I'm one of these weird players that actually use WASD for rotating and everything like that. I've actually tried using the mouse for it. I don't want to say it makes me motion sick, necessarily, but it does make me feel kind of dizzy whenever the screen just kind of, like, whips around that quickly. You know, I played Neverwinter, a game which I thought had a really good combat system, although I lost interest in it towards the end of the game. It started to feel kind of buy to win, or pay to win, if you will. I mean, understandable. It was a free-to-play game, so it was very, the grind at the end, as far as I could tell, was very slow. Granted, I didn't do a lot of the content. I've considered going back to it and giving it another shot, because I did enjoy it while I was playing it. But it has the cursor actually just automatically aims. You're basically always in target mode. And it's good. It makes the gameplay very smoothly, but I did sometimes start to feel a little dizzy. Alright, so he came through here, which means his buddy went the other direction. This actually happens a lot in different spawn points here in the mansion. Whenever you're down, whenever they're spawning in that floor down there, the enemies can go either direction. I've actually never found a good spot to just capture them at the floor level, because that would be what I would prefer to do. But I've never been able to capture them well here, so I just intercept them up here by the survivors. This seems to be the most reliable way to... Okay, so they both went that way this time. Now, most of the time this isn't a huge problem here. It becomes a problem if we get the fungus spawns and we get the slows. Because if the slows, that's one of the rooms they like to spawn in, the slows will split up, and if you're doing solo especially, it can be very difficult to intercept them. And honestly, sometimes when you're doing groups, it can be difficult because you'll tend to have your teammates split, and then the slows have more HP, and then you've got to intercept them by yourself normally if you're up there, and that can become problematic. The mines can help, but only so much. And you know, if I see that I've gotten the fungus, I'll try to anticipate it a lot of times. So I'll set it there just in advance. But then there's another room where they're not meant to split up, but I think that the like scattering algorithm, because they tend to pile up on one another, causes them to split up, and then that's really bad because you'll just get like one lone fungus slow that will go the other direction, and then just murder can ruin your platinum run. And that's especially frustrating if it happens in Nightmare Solo when you're trying to get the achievement. So these guys will kick you. That little lash out attack they do, it'll knock you down. Sometimes I'll try to use something to stop it, either this unstoppable force power, which will just prevent it outright, or I'll try to use martial discipline, which might cause it to glance, in which case it'll just fail. But I tend not to be very lucky with that. Most of the time it'll just hit me. Let's see if it works this time, because he's about to do it. See, didn't work. If the attack had glanced, which it has about a 40% chance of glancing, I think I'd be fine. It'd be more helpful if I carried any kind of defense rating with this character, but I don't. I only carry block rating whenever I'm soloing. Probably shouldn't have gone that direction. I should have known I wasn't going to catch them in time. Huh. Still, got them before they actually hit anybody. So that's one of my favorite spawn points in terms of intercepting them, because you can basically just stand here and they'll all run right past you. You'll notice I don't use 2 very much on my attack bar. It's just because most of the time I'm attacking groups of things. I'll use 2 to hit powerful things with a lot of health. But other than that, it's mostly just beneficial for me to go ahead and use my builder and my chop shop consumer. Chop Shop is nice because it hits once every half second, so it can be very good for picking up big groups of enemies, because sometimes if you just try to use your normal one, you won't actually hit all of them the first time, or you won't do enough damage to them and they won't turn around they'll just run right past you. So Chop Shop is really useful for intercepting them that way. Oh, got a blessed one that time. So we got supply delivery again. I don't know that I've ever gotten supply delivery 3 times in a row. So that was, I guess the RNG gods were kind to me today. Not that it really makes a huge difference, honestly, but pick that up. There we go. So now I should be able to intercept them at the door. Let's see what we got this time. Oh, more vampires. Huh, okay, vampires second time. That's just not so bad. So these are the guys that are actually a lot more dangerous than the groups of 5, because these are singularly powerful enemies. And most of the builds that you use to run scenarios are going to use like these big like AoE style builds where you can just kind of attack a lot of things at once. It's sort of important to your success here, which means that these guys that just have a lot of HP and deal a lot of damage are the most dangerous mobs you'll run into. We're just an elite solo, and given the level of gear that I have, it's, you know, not that dangerous, just generally speaking. But on a higher difficulty setting, this could be, they can be bad news. Alright, he's about to knock me down. See, I'll just do this. See, now he won't be able to knock me down. I like that ability because it stops crowd control, and it gives me a significant heal. And the cooldown on it is not too big. I haven't needed it much because we were just doing elites today. But if I were doing a harder difficulty setting, I'd be using it a lot. Ah, crit pin. Alright. Dispensed with him quickly. Alright, so that's the room. The room they just spawned in. If the fungus, if I get the fungus and the slows spawn in that room, occasionally one of them, they normally will route down the stairs, but occasionally one of them will just turn and go towards the survivors in the north. And when that happens, you're almost never prepared for it, and then you'll just see that one of your survivors has died because one of them went that direction. And, yeah, that's pretty obnoxious when that happens. Especially since one of the main reasons that we run these things is to get the RA, and you want to get more RA, which is obviously based on your performance, because you need them to get your upgrades for your augments. And whenever you lose some RA because of an unfortunate circumstance like that, it can be very frustrating. Oh, I guess I killed him. Didn't realize he was dead yet. I think if we get Fae in the last phase, it makes it more likely that the rare boss will show up, and the rare boss is the one that I like to use the mines on. Everyone I've encountered has a different approach for fighting the Fatapatari, which is this like tree spirit monster that has these little sprites following her around. And like I said earlier, if you don't get the sprites off of her, she's invincible. Or she can take damage. She just heals so quickly that trying to finish her off is basically impossible. So one of them heals her, and one of them just gives her a barrier where you can't do any damage to her. At least, I think you can still leech off of her, which is weird. You can still leech health off of her, you just can't actually damage her. And I prefer to use the entangling mines for that situation. A lot of other people will just switch their build to something else. They'll add a hinder so that they can just sort of fight the sprites and pull them off of her. I don't do that because I tend to find it's just easier to go ahead and use the entangling mine because I don't have to change build or anything like that. And, I'm normally not in a position, especially if I'm soloing, I've got the aggro on her, so trying to switch that quickly is obnoxious. And I actually don't think she's the worst boss here, even though she's the rare. There's this one guy who's much more annoying and spawns much more frequently. What we got today? Oh, this guy. I actually don't see this guy much, personally. He's not very powerful. Now, a lot of times, we'll fight... you might prefer to fight the boss out here because the relentless entity can spawn in that room. If he spawns, I'm going to try to kill him. But if you're out here, you have a chance of the storm appearing on you. Ah, see, like that. The weather shift subroutine. That will kill you very quickly. The weather shift subroutine does something different in every scenario. And in this scenario, it will just murder you outright if you're in it for more than a couple of seconds. And when you fight the bosses out there, that tends to happen if you don't get up on the platform. Nope. Got a golem. So I normally pull the bosses up onto the platform, but these days I just prefer to fight them in this room, especially if I'm doing elite solos, because I'll just try to kill the relentless entity outright. Oh, another golem. Oh well. Oh, I went the wrong way. Chalk that up to be going on, not really paying attention to what's going on and sort of going on Twitch reflexes at this point. So I saw that spawn point. I'm like, oh, okay, we got familiars, which means that we're going to get the deathless. The infected didn't follow me. That is exactly what I was trying to avoid doing. They'll be alright, though. This is enough health to get through. You see, this is the problem with trying to do this way, and I'm standing in this room too much, is that you kill them, the filth mobs die so quickly when they're spread out like that, that when you do enough damage, they are inclined to die on top of the survivors before you can actually pull them away. So this happens a lot with the Deathless for some reason. You'll see the notification that someone has been attacked before they actually do any attack. Oh, Lord, they're going to keep giving me these little guys. See, these are exactly the people I don't want over here right now, just because it's so easy to kill any filth mobs that spawn with them. So I'm going to stand right here in the door now. See, there's a filth mob in here, but this time it's alright. See, woo, man, they do look kind of rough in here. Oh, look, there we go. I have some ones that I bought too, with RA, but I don't want to use those. So that was me being a bad player, is why they took so much damage. That was, I'm just feeling lazy, I guess. This guy back here a little bit. There, no, it was not going to be as big of an annoyance. also have a passive called Elemental Force, which is one of the most used passives in this game. Sometimes you'll notice that whenever I'm using Chop Shop, that every hit in the attack will critically hit, and that's because of Elemental Force. A lot of times doing big damage in this game is based on timing your Elemental Force properly, so that your biggest attacks get the critical hits. Alright, well, we didn't get any interesting bosses today, because this is a very easy boss, so this was quite a marginal, or not a very remarkable mansion run. Oh, but purple dropped. That's unusual. That is highly unusual. This doesn't this doesn't happen much. It's not a particularly good purple, but
Shutting down reality simulation. Stand by for scoreboard.
all right. Well, hope you enjoyed this test run for me learning how to use Twitch, and I think this will be going up on YouTube if I can talk to Jason and get him to post it on the channel. But I hope it's been relatively enjoyable for you. And I will see you the next time we do a Rare Drop podcast.